Alright, so how's it going, everyone? And welcome back to my channel for another video. I make these quick, concise financial videos. I'm not here to waste your time. So let's just get right into this one, and it's how to invest long term into crypto or the stock market or whichever. So the first, I have 5 rules here on how to invest long term and how I recommend it should be done. So let's just get straight into it. So the first rule is diversify. If you are investing long term, don't just throw it into one sector. Spread your money out into different sectors. Let's say you're going to invest 5,000. Let's say you're going to invest 5,000. Let's just say you should put 1,000 into 5 different sectors. So if one sector crashes, the other sectors can hold up your money. So the first sector that you could invest in is the EV sector. So like Tesla or Neo. Then you have the apparel sector. So you have like clothing brands like maybe like Canada Goose, um, Nike, Adidas, all of these. And you have the tech, which is like Apple, Samsung, all these ones. And then you have like staple stocks like Coca Cola. Nike is a staple stock. Amazon, Google, these are all staple stocks. So that's just, you should diversify out across different sectors. So if one sector gets hit, it's not dragging everything down and you don't panic. Second rule is look for good entries. So COVID was an example of a good time to invest. When that big huge crash happened, a lot of people bought in there, and they have made thousands and thousands of money from investing during the COVID crash, because they obviously knew it was going to come back up. The crash wasn't going to last forever. Obviously it was hard. It's always hard to catch the end of it. Crash is always dead cat bounces, which is when it like bounces, shoots up, and then it just falls even further down. But it's always good to invest when there's big sell-offs. These are good. It's like getting it on a sale. These are good entry levels. But obviously you're not always going to get good entry levels. There's not always a COVID example. But for instance, right now, if we look at the cryptocurrency market, everything is down here, and there was a crash a few months ago and everyone bought in and they made a lot of money. I'm not telling you to invest in crypto right now, but I can guarantee it, a lot of these are going to be back up, breaking through their core resistance levels very soon, and a lot of profit will be able to be made here. A lot of people will be buying into this. Like this one here is down 13%. This is a Cardano. Let's just go into the 3 month chart here. So let's go into the 7 1 month chart. So look at the 1 month high was 3 euro. Sorry, €3 was the 1 month high, and it went down to €2 there the other day. So there's a lot of money to be made on these crashes, and they seem to be kind of, well, they're not really reversing yet. So this may be a good time to get into crypto. Everything's on sale at the moment, and whenever there's a set off in crypto, 90% of the time it shoots back up. So look for good entries. There's not always going to be a good entry. Sometimes if you're looking to get in on futures like the FTSE or the Dow Jones, sometimes it's best to just get in, because there's not always going to be good entries and you'll be waiting for ages to find a good entry. So sometimes it's just good to get in and set your stop losses. Like when you're investing, we'll get into the stop losses in a minute. So this is the stop losses. So when you're investing long term, you obviously want to have a bit of a risk management in place. I know a lot of people, when they are investing long term, don't necessarily use stop losses. They just wait until a crash happens and then they panic and sell. But um I personally don't really use stop losses when I invest long term. I kind of just wait it out. I just go with the flow. I trade with money that I'm not too emotionally attached to, so I don't really mind what happens to it. But it's not a bad idea to set like a 10% to 20% stop loss on your capital investing long term. Like when I day trade, I have a 2% stop loss, but investing long term, you're gonna want to have a bigger stop loss, because you're gonna want to give the stock slash crypto room to move. It's obviously gonna go down in the red, go back up in the green, zigzag its way up, but you're gonna want to give it room to move, especially in the long term. So you're gonna want to have a 10 to 20% stop loss, or if even, you might not even want to use a stop loss. You might just check up on it every day, but it's not a bad idea to have a stop loss. Another tip is invest what you can afford to lose. This is obvious. You don't want to be bleeding, throwing your life's worth of savings into the stock market, because something like COVID will happen. It happens every few years, and then a lot of people are left crying with no money. So only obviously invest what you can afford to lose. The last step is be patient. The key word is long term investing. So it's going to take a long time to see good profits. So the key word is long term investment. So be patient with it. Don't rush it. Don't be expect to be a millionaire overnight. It takes years and years to build up a good portfolio. And yeah, Also, another tip that I don't actually have in here is if you're really looking into getting into long-term investing, and you're really looking into building long-term wealth through long-term investing, and you have a lot of money to throw at it. I don't know, I might be a millionaire watching this. Look into stocks with dividends. Some stocks pay out really good dividends. I think Pepsi pays out really high dividends. And obviously, if you're going to be buying a lot of a stock, like if you're rich, you might throw 10k in a stock. You'll get a substantial bit of dividends every time the company pays out a dividend. Some people actually just live off dividends alone, which is very hard to do because you need to have a lot of money to do this, but it is possible. You could even make a bit of side income from dividends. But yeah, look into dividends as well when you're investing in long-term stocks. People tend to invest in stocks that have dividends. So yeah, that's kind of it for this video. Hopefully this helped you out. Subscribe and leave a like if you're new around here. And yeah, thanks for watching.